Wisdom, the final frontier to true knowledge. Welcome to Wisdom Trek, where our mission is to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. Hello, my friend. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your captain on our journey to increase wisdom and create a living legacy. Thank you for joining us today as we explore wisdom on our second millennium of podcast. This is day 1293 of our trek and time for our Philosophy Friday series. Each Friday we will ponder some of the basic truths and mysteries of life and how they can impact us in creating our living legacy. As we continue on this trek that we call life, sometimes we have questions about life, so our Friday trek is a time where we can Ask Gramps. Gramps will answer the questions that you would like to ask your dad or granddad, but for whatever reason, this is not possible. No matter how old we are, I know that all of us would like the opportunity to ask Dad or Gramps questions about life in many areas. We may mix it up a bit on our Friday episodes, but we'll strive to keep them down to earth and enjoyable. If you do have any questions that you would like to ask Gramps, please email them to guthrie@wisdom-trek.com. So the question for this week is, Hey Gramps, as we begin this new year, it is my desire to be more civil, kind, and gracious in my communications with others. What wisdom tips do you have that will help me with this? So today we'll look at the right response. Even among Christ followers, the topic of civility may produce little more than eye rolls and groans. We all have difficulties with our speech, especially when confronted with those that we disagree with. Some people may think, this is the digital age after all. Every voice deserves a platform, and everyone's opinion is considered worthy, regardless of its merit or proximity to truth. The problem with that thought process is that it is not biblical. If you spend any time scrolling through Twitter and most other social media platforms, you will soon realize that the level of vitriol and lack of respect appears to be out of control. Unfortunately, many Christ followers are also involved with spewing hate and half-truths, with little knowledge or concern for whom they may impact. When writing to the believers in Colossae, the Apostle Paul urged them to mark their speech with grace, especially when engaging with those who are not believers. Colossians chapter 4, verses 5 and 6. Live wisely among those who are not believers, and make the most of every opportunity. Let your conversation be gracious and attractive so that you will have the right response for everyone. Some Christians confuse grace-tinged speech with the lack of conviction, as if civility and conviction can't coexist. Not only can they coexist, but they are also allies in the battle of ideas, both in private engagement and in a public square. As a Christ follower, you are called to something higher, to speak with grace, kindness, and love in an increasingly uncivil society, thick with the rising cacophony of vulgarity, borishness, hatred, and lies. Unfortunately, public officials and most news media outlets are some of the worst offenders. God is concerned with both what we say and believe, and also how we articulate it. Our tongue should reflect the difference between light and darkness, and they should adorn the gospel well, rather than adopting the base rhetoric and arguments of the world. In an increasingly verbal world, with every word that we speak, type, or text, we must ask ourselves, does this bring glory to God? Is what I am about to say building up God's kingdom here on earth? If not, then just don't say it. Very few, if any, minds will be changed by your rebuttals. Let me close with one more tidbit of advice from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. Don't use foul or abusive language. Let everything you say be good and helpful, so that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them. And that's a wrap for today's question. Join us again next Friday for another question on our Ask Gramps episode. Our next trek will be Meditation Monday, where we will help you to reflect on those most important areas of life. So I encourage your friends and family to join us and then come along with us on Monday for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. If you'd like to listen to any of the past 1,292 daily treks or read the associated journals, they are all available at wisdom-trek.com. And I encourage you to subscribe to Wisdom Trek on your favorite podcast player so that each day will be downloaded to you automatically. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you on Monday.